Hey there, Pisces Sun, Pisces Moon, Pisces Rising. It's Maggie from Moon Directed. Welcome to my channel. Here we work with the energy of the moon to see how we can best utilize it to move our life forward in the most positive way possible. And before I forget, because I've been doing that all day, please leave me a comment so you can be entered into the drawing for the free video reading. Okay, whew, big week ahead. September 23rd through September 29th, we've got the sun moving into Libra. Lots of planets are in Libra now. And the moon will be new in Libra on Saturday. And if that wasn't enough, it is the equinox. So the changing of the seasons, big changes ahead, really from coming off of all this power from the eclipses and the last couple of really powerful full moons. And so I made a series of videos for each zodiac sign for how this eclipse energy is going to, its equinox energy is going to affect you over the next 6 months. And so those are available for purchase. All you have to do is email me for however many you want. Make sure you specify the signs, and it's $1.99 per video, and I will email you back the links for the videos. So let me know what it is that you want, and you can watch for yourself. You can watch your sun, moon, rising. You can watch for a friend that you want to know what's going on in their life. Okay, so kind of changes are ahead, right? Whew, all right, so I wanted to touch base with where you were when it came to over this week. Where would be the place for you to focus the energy on to try to align your chakras to get them in the best possible position? And you have self-esteem. And the self-esteem is about self-confidence, self-worth, and pride. And when I turn the camera down, if I don't see the cards better than that, let me see if I turn on this light, if that helps. The lighting, it's just shifting and changing as the sun moves, right? Okay, so self-esteem, self-value, self-worth. All right. Confidence, self-love, pride. Pride has come up a lot today. That seems to be a theme of this particular week, is what's the appropriate amount of pride. Some people it's too much pride, and other people it's been not enough pride in themselves. But when I see self-esteem come up, I think it means that you should take more pride in yourself. Pride in in your accomplishments, pride in your value and your worth, not only to other people, but probably most importantly to yourself. Like, oh, I don't want that many. It was like 20. Oh, that's a great one. Oh, yes, pride in your work. Guess what? It's about pride in your work. Look at this. The 8 of Pentacles. Oh my gosh. This is mastery. Okay, it's self-mastery of a lot of things, but I feel like, be proud of what you're doing. Be proud of what you're creating. Be proud of what is being accomplished. That's beautiful, beautiful energy. Really it is. So taking pride in what you do and what you are creating. That's beautiful. Okay, so we walk into the moon with that, into the week with that moon in Aries. And that is about that pushing through the resistance of this thing that was going on that I'm so disillusioned about, that I thought it was going to be one way and it's not that way and it's another way. But here's the thing. There's lessons to be learned. There's wisdom to be gained. So be open to that. Be willing to shift and adjust and change. Your immutable sign, the energy is shifting from all these planets moving and changing signs. So be open to allowing that to happen. Okay. So maybe you've lost a job, or maybe you've lost a relationship, or maybe you've lost a loved one, because we have grief show up. I haven't seen that one all day. I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. So something is passing from your life. Some opportunity, some situation, something or the other. It's time to release and let it go. It probably happened with that full moon in Pisces that just happened, which was so significant in your chart, right? Because it's in the house of you, and so it could have really been in any arena. But what left needed to leave. But one of the ways to work through this, to help yourself feel better about yourself, is to be master of something. But we have service. So it says, I feel good when I can help others. Pisces, I know you do. Sometimes it's easy to slip into that negative wallowing energy of my life sucks. And the best way to get out of it is to go and help somebody else. Because then when you go, wow, all right, yeah, then you can start counting your blessings, because you realize that no matter how bad things are for you, things are always worse for someone else. And the best way to start feeling better about ourselves is when we give of our time, our talent. Look, he's teaching. He's showing someone how to do something. He's also creating. He's building. These are things that will improve your self-esteem. So go volunteer for something. Go do something positive. Channel the disillusionment into energy that is for the higher good of all. And you will start to feel better about yourself. Treat yourself with compassion, but get out there and do something proactively. On Tuesday morning at 5:19 a.m., the moon moves into your 6th house of that work-life balance when it moves into Leo. And it is about surrendering to the divine. It is about trusting that what left was supposed to leave. It was its time. It was either some person's time to pass from your life. It was just their time. You may think it was too soon, but you know, this feels like the divine had a part in it. So release the negative energy surrounding the situation. If it's a relationship, if it's a loss of a job, if if you have lost a job, because I see this Pentacles card here. Say you have lost a job. And don't sit at home and be sad. Yes, go out there and look for a job. But also volunteer your time. And if you volunteer your time in the arena in which you have the skills, you don't know who you might meet that might know somebody that, because you don't get a job necessarily from what you know, but from who you know. And so by getting out there and volunteering, and people will say, oh, well, I joined this group of people that blah, 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 and we have these things and we get together and we come up with solutions of ways to look for jobs. I say, go volunteer in the arena in which you want to work. If there's a company you want to work for, go intern. Go intern. Go strut your stuff. Go show them what you know to do. Go be full of confidence and step in there and stride in there and go, hey, look, I know you don't have any job openings, but I'm wondering what I can do here. Is there an internship available? What can I do? Be creative. Be creative. And allow the opportunities to come to you by you getting yourself out there, because sitting at home is not going to get it. And honest to goodness, I don't care what Monster says. I don't care how many applications you put out there. Really, it is person-to-person contact that gets you hired. It is person-to-person contact. I had a job where I hired people. I probably have read more than, and I'm not exaggerating, 1,200 applications easily in my life. I have done this, and I got to tell you, you spend like 30 seconds at most. I don't even know if I gave some of them 30 seconds. And so an application just really doesn't get it. It's person-to-person contact. It's making the effort. It's going in there and seeing, meeting people, being willing to volunteer your time, do the research. Maybe the corporation that you want to work for, the company or whatever, maybe they have boy, this is so specific, but maybe they have a charity or a group that they do stuff with. Volunteer to work their events. It's not an internship, but it's a door. It's a way in to meet people. So this is interesting here. I'm trying to figure out what this is about. Okay, first off, there's a situation that needed to be cleared, or that needs to be cleared. And Kali's here to tell you not to be afraid. The situation is going to change. And it may not change in a way that feels really comfortable. You need to be willing to surrender to the divine, to allow whatever to pass through, to pass away, to work through the grief. This Kali says that I can see, when I see this, I know that something has happened that you did not like in a way that you did not like. But I also, when I see this, know that that was the hand of the divine clearing out that space to create fertile ground for something much better to come in. And so then these look like relationship cards, which up to now I haven't really seen relationships. So that was Pentacles, that was money. But now I can see that some of you might be dealing with some relationship things because we have Best of the Home. So you may have lost your home, or you may be at risk of losing your home, or you may have lost a relationship around the home. But we have Hera, commitment. And so this is commitment. This is getting up every day and doing what needs to be done to become a master. So, looking for the opportunities. We have had these two cards show up together in another reading. I can't remember whose. Maybe Taurus's. We have Helen of Troy, which is beauty, and Lilith, which is equality. So, Lilith, if you don't know the story of Lilith, Lilith was Adam's first partner, and she demanded equality from him, and he was like, no, I'm man, I'm in charge, and she said, I am out of here. And then he was sad and lonely, and so Eve was created, and then, you know, how that all went, that relationship fell apart, and he was like miserable with her, and he was like, okay, so Lilith, hey babe, what's up? And she said, hey Adam, get out of my face. It's the equality, it's the independence, it's the standing on your own, it's knowing that you can do it. It's not allowing someone to run all over you. It's standing up for yourself, and you have beauty. And I feel like this is, you should know how beautiful you are. You are beautiful enough that countries would fight to have you to be their queen. That's the self-esteem, the self-value, the self-worth. Whatever happened here, it was supposed to happen. I know that you don't want to hear that. People say, oh, everything happens for a reason. And sometimes the reason is what we did, what we decided to do. But this feels like the reason this happened was because it was on unstable foundation and it needed to go. Feels like a tower. You didn't get the tower card, but it feels like that. And I think maybe you didn't get the tower card because this has happened, and not in the, like, not this week, not last week. Like, this happened, and there's grief associated with it. So it might have been with that full moon, so maybe 2 weeks ago. And it might have felt like a tower moment. But the best thing to do is to get out there and give some of your time and effort, either to try to make contacts if it's a financial thing, or just by volunteering so you start to feel better. You make human contacts and you're not depressed. Either way. Either way. So on Thursday, the moon is going to move into Virgo, and Virgo is in your house of partnership. And so again, we come back to this partnership, but this could be business partnership or it could be personal relationships. It's really kind of hard to tell with all this energy here, but there's a sense of peace that comes when you negotiate within yourself that I know that needed to go. When you recognize that there was a change that needed to happen, that business as usual couldn't continue, that things had to change, when you understand that, when you are willing to release and negotiate that to create the peace inside of you, that's when it comes. And Friday that night, overnight, so like it's at what, 11:58 Eastern Daylight Time, the moon is void, of course, and that is a time to rest and to still and allow yourself the downtime to absorb the information in a way that will eventually lead to knowledge in the future. Be a spiritual warrior. Be a spiritual warrior. Which seems to have nothing to do with anything here. So if that resonates for you, please leave me a note and let me know how that resonates. But I want to say be in contact with Spirit, because when you ask for what you want, that's how you get it. Like, they can't bring it to you unless you ask for them. So make sure you're doing that. So spend your time in prayer and meditation. We have follow your passion and new doorways. Follow your passion and new doorways. See the doorway? It's the new beginning that comes with this moon when it goes new in Libra. That's your 8th house of transformation. There's a revision. There's a change. There's a new doorway. This is really huge. Now, the next moon in... Okay, well, no, that isn't it either. I don't really know. The spiritual warrior thing, I'm not really for sure on what that's about. What's that spiritual warrior thing about? Ooh. Okay, so you have be of service, volunteering, and it says a fertile new role. So if you feel inclined to volunteer in something that feels very spiritual to you in some way or the other, that's possible. But this also could have to do with this new doorway, this new beginning. Fertile new role. Follow your passion. But Pisces, what you could be passionate about is something, that has to do with the occult and the astrology and or religion or something. Follow your passion. Because the doorway that's opening has so much potential. So much potential. And understand that this is a cycle that'll take 6 to 18 months, okay? So patience is going to be required, but understand that the opportunity when it shows up will be out of nowhere. And you'll be like, oh, this is the moon at this 5 degrees and 20 minutes of Libra is about opportunities for relationships popping up out of nowhere. So, stay open, remain open to that. But also, in this partnership could be a partnership that has to do with business. So just keep doing your work, mastering your craft, believing in yourself, taking pride in yourself. You didn't have pride show up? Oh, it's in that one. I knew I saw the word. Thinking of yourself as an equal in relationships, either business commitment is like a contract. So either in personal relationships or business relationships, don't settle for anything that's not. A partnership is an equality situation. That's a partnership. It's not working for someone. It's working with someone together to build something, to master something. All right. You have rebirth and miracles. 8th house of transformation. Yeah, baby. Rebirth and miracles. 8th house is ruled by Scorpio. Rebirth is a Scorpio card. And miracles. So things that happen that don't feel like it. You need to realize that it was to give you an opportunity for something that's bigger and better on the other side of that doorway. You need to allow for this to happen and to trust in it. And trust in the divine. It says reinvent yourself. Give your dreams life. Create a new reality and have faith in your miracle is on your way. Your prayers are being heard. Surrender the how. Surrender the how. So, ask for what you want, not how you want it. Ask for the things that you want out of a relationship, not the relationship partner you want. Like, what are the attributes you want? Ask for the job that you want, but not the specific job you want, but I want a job that provides me with flexibility of time. I want one that makes me feel good about myself, that honors and respects me as a person, that appreciates what I bring to the table. I want a job that relieves my financial worries. I want a job that allows me to travel. I want a job that, whatever your criteria is, it does not matter. You decide. But then you say, I am receiving the abundance of the universe. The universe is providing me with this, whatever this is. You decide. And in the meantime, while you're waiting for all the pieces to fall into place, you do your part, you master your craft, you master what you can, and you volunteer your time. Because honestly, when the universe comes to try to help us, oftentimes it's through people and connections. So if you're sitting at home, you're limiting those opportunities and you're making it harder for the universe to bring to you what it is that you are trying to co-create with the universe. You have developed your sparkle. Brilliance. That's self-esteem. That's mastering your craft. And purple, discover mental clarity. So sweep away the cobwebs of stinking thinking and start to believe in yourself and ask for what you want and believe in the miracles and reinvent yourself. Because if what you had wasn't working, that's why it's gone. And this is your opportunity to create that beautiful new reality that you so richly deserve. All right? So be sure to send me an email if you would like to have the equinox videos, and leave me a comment to be in the drawing for the free reading, and I will see you back here on Monday for the Libra monthly readings. So much to remember today. All right, you take care. We'll talk soon.